It's a little dark. It's my my Facebook page, All in Wholesaling. People will come on right now. 10%. 8. Invite some friends over. Invites. Terry, Pat, Sarah, Sanjeev. Look at all these folks. These beautiful people. Efren, Dustin, Keith, Ron, Tino, Gage, Josh Wagner. Can't see the comments. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh no, something's wrong. Can someone say hello so I can see comments on here? I don't know if the comments are working or not. Oh, there you go. A little delayed. What's up, Rashad? Martha, got your book today. Thank you so much. I had a gentleman message me today and say, hey man, I just want you to know that I've paid for $500 courses in recent time, and I got more out of your book, way more value out of your book for $4.97 than I ever did from that $500 course. So made me feel really, really, really good. What's up, Dustin? Ron Rana. Hey, babe. So today's subject is, what did you do with your downtime? What's up, Jesse? What's up, Luis? Guys, I just wanna go over some things that they don't frustrate me. It's not that I'm frustrated because it's not my life, right? But I will say this: a lot of people don't understand, what goes on between in the back end of things, right? Behind the curtains. They think that, what's up, Jesse? Jesse, one of the hardest workers I know. What's up, Claudio? So everybody wants this life, like everybody, not my life in particular, but everybody wants this financial freedom. They want to live the abundant life, right? But they don't want to put into work. That's the thing. They don't want to put into work. You know how many people I've seen playing video games? I didn't even know grown men played video games. No disrespect to the grown men out there that are playing video games, but I did not know that was still a thing. Do you play video games? Rare. So I'm gonna get a massage. My massage therapist is here, my boy from childhood, and he's here. And I like to personally hire within. If my folks or my people that I grew up with, they have their own businesses, their own hustle. I like to start there first. I'm kind of like the Jewish people, I guess, right? I kind of keep it in house. So let's talk about that. What's up, Corey? Congratulations on all the success, Mr. Geary. Love you, brother. What's up, Luis? Texas in the house. Bro, your virtual wholesaling course is legit. I just got a deal under contract. Taif, thank you, brother. That's all it is. I mean, I think it's like $200 or $300, and look at you, just got a deal. How much are you projected to make on this deal? If you don't mind me asking. Think about that. You invest into the $200 or $300 product because God knows we don't get rich off education, right? We're businessmen first. We educate on the side, unlike all these other people out there. They educate and don't really do business. They just take money from people. They close people. So, back to what I was saying. Everybody wants financial freedom. Nobody wants to stress about work. About paying the bills every month. Right? Because, let's be honest. I've been there. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm better than anybody. I've been there. Like, I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to pay the electricity bill, a few weeks or right before the shutoff comes in. I know what that's like. Just to try to save some money, try to stretch out that last dollar. I know what that's like. But the fact of the matter is, nothing changes if nothing changes. And that's the problem with society, and that's the problem with a lot of my peers, and that's the problem with a lot of people out there, is everybody wants change, but nobody wants to be the change, or nobody wants to make the change. Nobody wants to work. And that's, it's a little frustrating, It's not frustrating because it affects me. It's just frustrating to see so much potential talent go to waste. You know what I mean? You guys understand that? How frustrating that is to see your peers play video games, go golfing, watch Netflix, sleep in, and then some of them will say that you've changed. Some of them will say, "Oh, look at him. He thinks he's better than everybody." Not at all. Not at all. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Lancaster, Durham, absolutely. Thais says, if everything goes well, I'll make $5,000 to $10,000, God willing, brother. Remember, entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, right? So don't get too highs on the highs and don't get too lows on the lows. Try to maintain some stability. If anybody wants to come on camera, I believe what's up, brother? I have the capability of bringing you on camera. So I just want to say that during this downtime, my staff and I, actually not just me, I'm not going to sit here and just say it's me. My entire organization and I, we've literally don't hate golf. I don't hate on golf. I hate on people that are not actually being productive. You have the right to golf. If you've earned the right to golf, earn the right to golf. If you earn the right to smoke a cigar and relax, earn the right to smoke a cigar and relax. If you've earned the right to get a massage every week, earn the right to get a massage every week. Right? You could gratify yourself. You can definitely reward yourself. But I just want to say, like I said, it's tough to see so many people, not work hard, right? They want more, and in some cases, they deserve more. Their families deserve more. But they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the work. Like I said, my organization, myself, we've literally have clicked, switched into fourth gear during this time. I've never worked so hard during a stretch of this type of time period where this whole thing started going down. Just listen to this for a second, right? March 13th and 14th, we throw 2 events the same day, literally across the hallway from each other. We threw the acquisitions, which was the art of closing, the acquisitions event. It was a 2-day hot seat sales event. And right across the hallway, we threw momentum. 13th and 14th, I believe the government made an announcement on the 15th. No, that's a Sunday. The 16th. On the 16th, they made the announcement of starting to kind of shut down a lot of the economy and a lot of America and, social distancing and blah, 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 right? Well, guess what? It's now May something. What's today? May what? April. Does anybody know what day it is today? May what? May 9th? May 10th? May 11th? I don't even know what. May 12th. It's now May 12th. And we haven't stopped grinding. Miss you too, Jaden. Love you. So just keep that in mind. March 13th and 14th, we threw 2 events, live events, because I knew the Heavenly Father. I'm not a prophet by any ways. So the Heavenly Father literally said, do this because you're not going to get to do this for a while. Ask my team. Everybody was like, no, maybe we shouldn't do this. My spiritual mentor even called me on a Wednesday and said, hey, brother, how do you feel about throwing this event this weekend with everything that's going on? And I said, let's do it. I'm doing it. The Heavenly Father told me let's do it. So I'm doing it. And we did it. We threw 2 events, 13th and 14th. Nobody from those 2 events, not one person became ill from COVID-19. Thank God. Praise the Lord. And then, You can ask Brittany, my CFO's on here, Putney, my asset manager's on here. Ask them if we stopped working, if we stopped grinding since COVID happened. Have we stopped grinding, guys? We haven't. So I just wanted to get on here tonight and encourage some of you. I don't know. I don't know the work ethic that you have. I don't know, right? I don't know how far you really want to take this entrepreneur journey. I don't know how far you want to take it. Some people are okay with not taking it that far. I know Sal and myself, our team, we're not okay with that. We're not okay with mediocrity. We're not. My asset manager says we just bought 5 flips, over $1 million in deals. My CFO says our building caught on fire. We're still working. There you go, guys. None of this is what they call cap or BS. You know, we're grinding, and I'm not sitting here to come on here and stun on you guys. I'm sitting here telling you guys that a lot of people they really think that they want this life, but this life comes with a lot of responsibility. Let me get my man Ron up in the house.
Whoa. What's going on there?
Look who's in the office.
Always, baby. We always got to grind, man. I see you.
Look
Absolutely, bro.
Brother, look, I'm about to get a massage. Look at tables there.
Ain't nothing wrong with the massage, right? Man. I love your topic for today, Carlos. Amazing topic, brother. Absolutely, man. This is the time to market right now. There's a lot of guys. Matter of fact, it's funny. Today, I saw a guy who sells real estate courses, and he said, "Hey, who else got their stimulus check?" And I'm like,
"No way, no."
You kind of caught yourself there, bro.
What?
Let me put my camera up right here.
So this guy sells real estate courses and received a stimulus check?
Yeah. He said he took that status down real quick. I was like, uh-oh, I wanted to screenshot it, man. But hey, how are you doing, man? What's going on? I see you grinding out there, brother. I'm in the office making some final touches. The night just started, man.
Bro, look at this. My massage therapist, one of my childhood friends, right? Check this out. He bought our book, right? And guess what? He had Alex Saenz already sign it because he's Alex Saenz massage therapist too. Look, Alex Saenz already signed it. Look at Alex wrote, "Always wishing you the very best. Thank you for your light, energy, and servanthood towards myself and everyone around you. Infinite love, bro. Alex." Right?
Awesome.
And now I'm gonna sign it today, and then Sal's gonna probably sign it as soon as my massage Abel, that's his name, Abel. As soon as he can catch up to Sal, because Sal's always on the move. But
I saw you guys came out with a book. I'm gonna commit to buying 15 copies. You know what? I need 20 copies. I'm gonna go on Amazon and I'm gonna buy 20 copies. And whoever's on this live right now, I will send you that copy for free. All right? Let's bless some people on this live.
That is love. You're blessing people today, bro.
I am committing to buying 20 copies. I don't even know the price yet, guys. All right?
Well, I'm a poor man. I got good news for you. Because we actually really do this business, our book is only $4.97.
Whoa! No, I think you guys are missing 2 zeros. It should be $4,900.
Yo,
and 97 cents.
I promise you this, bro. Oh, look. Also says, what do I have to do? So just DM Ron Rana. So
just DM. Let me DM me.
Let me tell you this, brother. There's so many messages that are saying, "Hey, bro, this book for $5 is insane." Right? Because we talk about everything in there. Watch this. Let me show you the table of contents, right? I didn't get on here to promote a book, but I did get on here.
No, you did. This was completely impromptu, Los.
Absolutely.
Like I was like, completely impromptu, but I'm gonna stay true to my word. I'm buying 20 copies, and I'm gonna actually put the receipt on Facebook, and I'm gonna tag Carlos. And if you want a book, you're going to make sure you guys comment, I'm all in. Because this is what we do, guys. We support people. We support each other.
That's
who's
love.
on top, right? That's just
love.
what it is.
And
man.
let me tell you this, bro. I've never understood how so many of our peers will support random people like a Grant Cardone, right? Random people that don't even give a shit about them, right? And they won't support. And don't get me wrong, bro. It's already a number one. It's number one new seller on buying and selling homes on Amazon. It's already.
I'm not surprised.
It's already sold over 1,500 copies in a week, right? It's insane. Thank God. Praise the Lord.
I'm not surprised.
But
we need to get you on the New York bestseller list. Let's get it.
So I can put number one published author on my bio, right? I'm joking. I don't need all that clout, bro. But let me just say this. Our book talks about, you know, the all-in success formula, landing your first deal, how it's going to change your life. It talks about free marketing channels. It talks about paid marketing channels. It talks about walking properties, making offers. It gives you acquisitions training on chapter 7. It gives you how to close a deal, chapter 8. And then chapter 9 is starting your journey towards financial freedom. And then it ends with the prayer.
Wow, that's powerful. One thing I love about you, Carlos, and I've always respected about you, even though, you know, you're a man of God, you preach the right, you know, you say the right things and you practice what you preach.
I have to more importantly live the right things. Thank you, bro.
You have to live the right.
I have to live 100%, the right things,
man.
Because
absolutely.
You know, I was talking to my spiritual mentor this morning, right? And you know what's crazy? My spiritual mentor at 8 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock, it's called my prayer and economy class with a multi-billionaire named Ed Cobell, right? This guy, remember?
I gotta get some lighting in here, bro. For you, I gotta get some lighting.
Got the YouTube lighting in there. I see it. So
we gotta have the YouTube lighting. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. So we have a prayer and abiding class with Ed and Christian. Ed Cobell, he's the Bartolo Development. And that was a 2-hour call. That was amazing, by the way. And we were talking about how a lot of people hide behind the name of God, right? They live this entire, and I'm not here to judge because only God can do that, but I'll tell you what, they live this heathen life, like, womanizing and just, ripping people off and cheating and stealing. And then they just throw God and God and God and throw God and God this and God that and glory to God. Well, I got news for those people, because I can tell you this from a man that actually, it's not easy to live, to live or to stay on God's path. It's not easy by any means. I'll tell you that much. But I'll tell you what, for those folks that are out there hiding behind God's name, hiding their disgusting ways behind God's name, they're going to bring the Old Testament God out when it comes to the punishment.
Yeah,
you understand?
Absolutely.
The Old Testament
I
God.
Understand.
The Old Testament God's going to come out. I
completely understand.
So I'm totally, that's one thing that's really disgusting to see, bro, in the industry, is how these people, they rip people off and they live a certain way, but it's okay. Live the life you want. Who gives a shit? But don't set a bad example for other people when you start saying God this and glory that and God has my back and blah. God doesn't have your back, brother.
It's the gurus, man. Let me ask you: Are you good at Pac-Man, or are you good? I'm at my house right now.
That's
Or are you good at Street Fighter? The
both,
old school Street Fighter.
Both.
I
got Ryu on Street Fighter.
There you go. There you go. This is, a lot of the things too, like you're saying, a lot of these guys are playing video games. I see you, bro. I see the constant grind. There's two types of people going to be in this industry. The people who go out and create another stream and take advantage of this opportunity, and the people who are going to sit on the sidelines. And that's what's happening right now. And you're right, though, man. That's what it is. And you mentioned God. Listen, I'm not Christian. I am a Muslim.
I know.
Devout follower. I'm fasting for Ramadan.
We serve the same God.
We serve the same God, right? We serve the same God. But you notice the people who serve the same God are always preaching. They're part of the same choir. They're preaching the same thing, right? And there's no room for hate. There's no black, you know, hate for anyone. Like I'm talking about, like, people have this dirty,
It's
like,
just,
I don't know where they get this type of stuff from, man.
It's literally, it comes from, you know, God talks about the 7 deadly sins. You're talking about greed. You're talking about envy. You're talking about, you know, anger, right? You're talking about lust. You're talking about gluttony. You know, you're talking about, and what we're talking about right now is sloth, being a sloth, which is like Netflixing during this downtime. Oh, I got some downtime. I got a month or two to burn. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna sleep in. I'm just gonna play video games. I'm just gonna watch Netflix. No, bro, that's not gonna change your life. And like I said earlier, I said nothing changes if nothing changes.
No, it is. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You know, especially right now, you talked a lot about, you know, we preach a lot of hustle, and a lot of people don't understand this, man. This requires late night. I started off in a 1-bedroom apartment with no furniture, with a box. All right. And a lot of people see my success online. I'm out there, man. People, a lot of the viewers on here right now, they see it, right? But then it's just the people who are, you know, like selling the courses, and they're clocking in 9 to 5. And then there's guys like us who actually have operations, who have COOs, who are building, right? Who are actually entrepreneurs, and who are actually feeding families, right? I'm up at night because I'm worried if my guy's gonna pay his bill or not. Why would I even worry about that? Because I care about my family, which is my work family, right? I care about if they're eating or not. Same. And one thing about you, Carlos, I noticed one thing about you, you're very selfless. And that's a phenomenal trait. I didn't just come on this live to lick your balls, bro. Like, you're a fucking beast. Like, we all know. Thank you. I didn't just come here to do that. No, right?
Bro. I appreciate you. You know, to be honest with you, believe it or not, you know, it's, brother, I love, you know, I love when two people can give each other credit and have healthy competition, like you said, instead of people lifting each other up. Right, people are absolutely attacking each other. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot. So I appreciate, you know, you actually coming on here and just giving me a little bit of credit. I do appreciate that. And I'll tell you what,
you get a lot of credit, man. You help a lot of people out, bro. You are you are truly a leader in the real estate business, man. People don't understand. They see the Wraith, they see the Aventadors, they see the Bentley. Like, they don't understand, like, how hard you guys actually work.
And most importantly, you know what's crazy, right? I post my boy here. My boy's my boy Spencer. He's here with me, and he does a lot of my art. He does all my art, you know, that I post. And and I don't know. Did you see the post that I did on Instagram today?
Yes, yeah. I saw the jet with the all-in logo on it. I was like, oh,
bro, how crazy! that art is crazy, right? So
I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you. I like it.
So my boy does all the art, and what the most important piece of that whole picture is, you know what? The building that we own.
You're right.
The building that we own. That building is worth more than all those cars.
Whew.
You go. That's what people don't.
That building pays. That building pays for those cars.
Assets pay liabilities, brother.
That's
absolutely.
It. Your assets pay for your liabilities,
when we came onto the scene, people were like, "Look at these guys! Oh, they're flashy. They must be, you know, your typical full of smoke gurus and blah blah blah." But they don't know that we were building assets and building assets and building assets, and then only then we started picking up a few liabilities here and there. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
We were judged very early in the game. We were judged very early, and you know what? It's funny. Just like anything else in life, brother, resistance can only uphold for so long until you just break through that resistance, and then people just accept you. Once you through your actions prove to them, hey, listen, I'm real and I'm here to stay.
Absolutely. 100%. And a lot of people see through it, because when I was doing the business, right? I've been in the business for a few years now. There were a lot of people who were, you know, there were snake in sheep clothing, man. There were like buddies. There's gonna be hate at every level. There's another devil. That's all it is.
New levels, new devils, right?
That's it. That is it. People are gonna hate on you when you're at the bottom of your bottom. They're gonna hate it when you're in the middle. They're gonna hate at the top. But guess what? The best thing is their hate doesn't pay your bills. What pays your bills is going to be your grind.
Your grind.
Right?
Your grind.
Some people are sleeping like they're rich. We awake like we broke.
We
just signed a contract.
We work
Bro,
like we broke.
I'm building a brand new pool in the back of my house. I literally 10 minutes before you went on live, I signed a $75,000 contract to build a pool in my backyard so my kids can have the lifestyle that I never had. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's the biggest thing. You have a daughter, right? You have kids. We do this for the lifestyle. And a lot of people are like, look at their cars. And bro, I got a lot of smoke when I bought my H1. I bought an H1 Hummer, right? People are like, oh shit, Ron bought a Hummer. Like, look,
that's crazy.
He's flossing. Like you see the car, but you don't see the sacrifice we make, right?
They don't know,
a lot of people,
they don't know what we've had to go through. You know, it's really a lot of the memes and a lot of the cliche posts out there are true. The sleepless nights, the anxiety, the stress, right?
Yeah.
All that, the time away from your family, right? Everything. Like, yeah, this is true. And a lot of people, 9 out of 10 people are just not willing to make those sacrifices. They're not.
They're not. And they're not gonna.
But they want your
spot.
Not gonna. You see, they want your spot. They want to be as successful as you are, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to take the risk, and they don't want to put in those. They don't want to make those sacrifices. How does that make sense?
No, you can't deposit excuses, man. At the end of the day, it comes down to the hustle. Your hustle will pay your bills, man. There's a good hustle and there's the swindling hustle. We're talking about the good hustle, right? Go out. Listen, a lot of you guys are on this live right now, right? We want to bless people. I already told you guys, I have committed to buying 20 books, right? And I challenge somebody who can go up and match it, right? If anyone else is on the live and you guys, listen, we got to support each other. You know, in this industry, there's so many people out there that are just not, because they're worried about their own pocketbook. They're worried about lining their own pockets, man. At the end of the day, listen, I've seen Carlos, like, you guys are crazy to think like he's not doing the business, like, and vice versa, right? And people like, they're gonna watch you, right? They watch your next move, right? And to be honest, Carlos, one thing I learned is the haters are just confused fans. That's all it is. At the end of the day, they're just a bunch of confused fans, and they're gonna still throw dirt on you no matter what, man. No matter what. Oh, we got a match, bro. Ricky Miller Jr. say he'll match 20. Dude, you just got a 40 order book right now.
Man, that's love, brother. Ricky, that's love. Look at my boy Keith Everett in the house. Yo, my boy, yo, Keith. So I got my boy, I got Ron Rana, who said he's gonna order 20 books. They're at $4.97, and I promise you this. They will change somebody's life. I promise you this, right? And then you got my guy here, Ricky Miller Jr. said, you know what, Ron? I'll buy 20 books at $4.97 too, and I'll change somebody's life. When somebody's like, hey, Ron, what do you do? All you have to do is say, here you go. That's what I do. Here you go. That's what I do, right? It's that easy.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a $4.97 conversation. You can just say, here you go. You want to know what I do? Read this book. Come back to me and let me know if you're real.
That's it. Shut up or put up. That's it. That's all it is.
Look at this. I already got 10 passed out today. Ali said he already passed them out. Ali, that's love, brother. That's love, man. And you know what, bro?
You know, Carlos, you've been blessing people so much, for real, like, especially for the past, at least from I know, like, a couple of years. And I met you indirectly. Like, I didn't just, like, we didn't meet together. Like, I met you indirectly. But, you know, vibes attract, man. That's the thing. Like,
man, I remember when I met you, man. That was so much fun. You had all this hair. Remember, you had all the hair going.
Yeah, dude, I had all.
I was like, who's this guy with the hair and he's full of energy? Like, what's going on here?
That's it, man. That is it, bro.
You know what, bro? You should be thankful to the Lord that you were born with this natural energy, right? Because that's what allows people like you and me to work our ass off. We have this extra gear and energy. You know what I mean? We have this extra gear and energy that is unmatched, and that's what separates the good from the great. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that means a lot coming from you, man. We got a few shout outs. Look at that boy. Ali said shout out, man. I love it. Thank you guys, man. But here's the thing. Once again, Carlos talks about, I love it. You're smoking this. I got to pull out my Cubans too, man. You're making me pull them out. It's Ramadan, bro. Meet me after Ramadan. I got to.
Bro, you know why I started smoking cigars again? I've been watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, and I just love that man.
Oh yes,
so
dude,
that guy's bro.
that is the goat. Michael Jordan is actually one of my favorites.
Bro,
yes,
I love that man. Don't get me wrong; he was a hell of a basketball player, but I love that man as far as like his leadership, his work ethic, his standards and expectations for others, right? His I'm winning or I'm dying mentality. Like that's why I love people like him and people like Kobe Bryant. It's brother, it's once in a lifetime. Like
it's the mentality. It's the mentality.
It's the
Michael Jordan
mentality.
has missed thousands of basketball shots. He missed thousands of shots because of practice, right? He practiced and practiced. We don't see his sacrifices off the court. We see all of his success on court. And that's the biggest thing, man. He says it himself. I have missed thousands and thousands of shots all the time. But when we see MJ play, he's got the heat on. He's going, right? He's making I remember watching MJ.
Unstoppable.
I remember watching him.
Unstoppable.
That's it.
So I'll say this. I like to study people like him and people like Kobe Bryant and people like Ed Milet, you know, and people like Patrick Bet-David and people like Andy Frisella. I like to really study them, right? Because again, you know, where I want to, God willing, if God ever puts me on that platform, which, you know, God willing, one day he does. And if he doesn't, I'm okay with that too, right? Because whatever, I got to seek his kingdom first and everything else will be given to me. So I'll say this. When I study guys like a Kobe Bryant, he says, he lost, and then what he did was he did it all summer long. He wouldn't leave the gym until he had 1,000 makes, 1,000 made shots. And then you wonder why this man has 5 championships, one of the greatest ever. And again, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm just telling you. Then people wonder like, well, why was Kobe Bryant so much better than everybody else? I don't know, because of his work ethic. Because the guy wouldn't leave the gym until
mentality.
He made 1,000 shots.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a mentality.
And that's why I really encourage people to watch The Last Dance, because they're going to get to know Jordan up here. They're going to get to know Jordan for what was inside. It's no coincidence or mistake that the man is a billionaire. There's no coincidences. His work ethic, his competitive nature, right? His ability to lead and make other people better and have high expectations. Brother, Elon Musk is the same way. Can I tell you a story about Elon Musk when I was in San Francisco?
Oh, you met him?
No, I met somebody that worked for him.
Okay.
So I hop in an Uber in San Francisco. Uber was actually created and found in San Francisco. I don't know if you knew that, right?
Yes.
And my wife and I, we catch this Uber, and we're just having a little chatter with them, whatever. And the Uber guy says, hey guys, how's it going? What do you guys do? And blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, great, man. So, do you do this on the side? He's like, no, I do this full time now because I used to work for Elon Musk. And I said, well, why don't you work for Elon Musk? He's like, I used to make 180 grand a year working for Elon Musk. And I said, okay, well, what's the problem? Like, why are you doing Uber? And, and why are you not an engineer for Elon Musk? He says, because his expectations were too high.
Wow, that's a true sign of an entrepreneur, man. That's amazing. Elon is. I hope he comes to Texas, man.
Bro.
That's a bro.
If any of my staff members, any of my team members, if Jaden Putney is on here, if Dora, one of my 2 transaction coordinators is on here, if my CFO Brittany Hasenberg, who handles over 25 companies, the books for over 25 companies, right? If she's on here, she'll tell you my expectations and my standards for the people around me.
Absolutely. And that's what greatness requires greatness, man. We don't hire, like I tell people too, man, I don't have a habit of being mediocre, nor do I have a habit of hiring people who are mediocre, right? You hire slow, fire fast. If you're not going to make it, you're not going to make it. At the end of the day, this is a business. We are for in profit, right? But I will raise you up to that next level. And I'm just like you, man. I like to promote within. We have to have that culture. It comes down to company culture. At the end of the day, you set that right expectation. You set the right culture for people, and they respect you for that. They might not like you, but they respect you, right?
Everybody
And
gets
that's
better,
one thing.
brother. We've made everybody better. We've made everybody better.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'll tell you this. This is something that I learned from Principles, Ray Dalio. He says, hey, you want to have a booming organization? Well, that requires two things: people and culture. People and culture. So like you just said,
There you go.
if your culture is a very high level, demanding culture, then guess what? Then you're going to have a very successful winning organization.
Absolutely agreed, man. And that's the biggest thing, man. Absolutely, you got to have the winning culture, but it starts with guys like you and I you didn't have a culture right off. People see like, oh, Carlos and Sal got the company, and you guys started grinding out, slapping the bandit signs in the Nissan. I heard
The
your story,
2008
right?
Nissan Rogue, baby, yes sir.
Yes.
And then it was
Yes, I remember.
a 2011 Prius, Toyota Prius.
That's
Thing
crazy.
has over 400,000 miles now. The 2000. So look what happened to the Prius, right? So we sold the Prius to Alex Sainz because Alex Sainz bought it for his brother, and then his brother sold it to somebody else in the organization, and then that somebody else sold it to Jaden Putney, which Jaden Putney just bought it to give it to his brother. So that Prius that used to get me up and down, up and down, up and down, right? That Prius, man, it's still kicking at 400,000 miles plus. Shout out to Toyota Priuses out there.
Shout out to Toyota for getting a good product, man. So I mean, that's kind of what it is, man. You guys set the standard really, really high, especially for the industry, man. I saw your live the other day on the Gurus, and I came on a little bit late. I definitely wanted to chime in on it and drop some comments and stuff like that for people. But it's just what it is, man. These guys are out here,
brother. You know what?
Many
people would consider me or even you a guru because we educate on the side, right? But I'll tell you this. There's a difference between a guru and a duru. A duru is somebody who has an organization, somebody who has brick and mortar business, somebody who's not selling false hope or selling a dream, right? You can go to a freaking Tony Robbins event for that. You know what I mean? So, and no disrespect, because Tony Robbins he's a great guy, but you get in there and you get all gung ho, and then you go home and then nothing changes, right? So, what I don't respect about gurus is the following: I don't respect the fact that they don't risk anything. They do not risk marketing dollars. They do not risk an office. They do not risk salaries. They do not risk business. They just take money from people, which is a very easy thing to do. And then they deliver prefabricated, recycled information that they themselves have not executed on. That's my problem with gurus. That's my problem with frauds. That's my problem with these fake educators out there that are giving the industry a bad name.
Yeah, I saw something that I paid $27 because what the hell? How do you become a certified real estate entrepreneur?
I've never seen that kind of marketing before.
I haven't. I never saw it before. I was like, this is a new one. Okay, that's pretty funny. But you're right, man. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. That's it. That's all it is.
I'll tell you what. Just like my man Jordan said in episode 8 of The Last Dance, he says, winning comes at a cost. Winning comes at a cost. Leadership comes at a cost, right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Success has a price, and you can only
it truly does.
You can only pay it with sweat and blood. That's it. So that's what folks out there need to understand, man. Like, you really want to make it in this business, and forget just this business. You really want to thrive as an entrepreneur in general, then you're gonna have to put in the work. And right, let's bring it back to the subject, which is, what have you done with your downtime? Be honest with me right now. Have you been working your ass off during this downtime?
I have. We created actually we launched our virtual call center, Call Virtual, where I took my personal VAs who work for me. So I had 10 VAs that currently work for me who are my employees. So shameless plug, right? But I'm telling you what I did. So long story short, we launched car virtuals, and we're completely booked out. So don't message me saying, hey, I want to get in. No, we are backlogged. We're booked out. So we created that, right? So we're continuing adding additional income to my guys, in addition to them working for me, right? Because at the end of the day, I couldn't go to sleep at night, no matter where they are, man, in Mexico, Philippines, Honduras. You know, these VAs have to feed their families, right? You got to pivot. You have to pivot and adjust. And then we launched the Real Estate Anarchy podcast, baby. Oh, man, sponsors started coming on board. Again, it takes, right? People come on board. We got sponsors lined up. It is, bro, success is just a mentality, right? It is what it is, man. An entrepreneur is somebody who would jump out of a plane and literally build his parachute on the way down. I mean, that's what we did. We got hit. Everyone got hit with COVID-19. If you have someone telling you, you know, hey, my business is great during COVID-19, they're freaking, man, honestly, they're lying, because everybody got hit. Right? I had a guy tell me he wasn't affected. I'm like, you're lying. No, there's no way you were not. How did you lose employees? Yeah. Well, you were affected.
Did some deals fall through the cracks? Did you have to cancel some?
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody
you were affected.
Yeah.
That's it. See, but it's about the guys who are moving forward, right? Guys like you and I. I'm sorry to cut you, bro, but yeah, it's guys like us who won't, you know, settle for mediocrity, who won't settle for being down, right? You can kick us, but we're gonna get right back up. That's the Mamba mentality that I respect of Kobe Bryant. I'm not a fan of Kobe Bryant. Like, I was never watching his games. MJ, I was always watching Michael Jordan. I always watching Michael Jordan, right? But you're right though. That's it is what it is, man. It comes down to your hustle and your grind. So yes, yeah, absolutely.
I feel like, I'll tell you this much, right? And I can say this from experience, and I'm sure you can too. The difference between a successful entrepreneur and your regular average Joe tire kicker entrepreneur is that a successful entrepreneur is willing to die for what he believes in. He's willing to die, right? It's literally a matter of life and death, right? And it goes back to even, you know, just let me use this metaphor. A lot of people think that the lion is the king of the jungle because he's just the biggest animal or whatever, but he's not the biggest animal, right? The elephant is the biggest animal.
You're right.
The lion just he hunts. He hunts and he hunts and he hunts. And he has, you know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people fail to do. They want things to fall in their lap. They don't want to go out there and hunt. Because hunting isn't easy. Hunting requires work. Hunting requires sacrifice. It requires
work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hunting requires, you know, getting rid of some hobbies. Hunting requires, you know, canceling television and Cox and certain things you don't need, right? Commodities you don't need, right? Hunting requires being away from your family. Hunting requires not sleeping 8 hours a night. Who the hell needs 8 hours a night anyway? Jesus Christ, I don't remember the last time I slept 8 hours. So
I don't know.
So that's what a lot of folks fail to do.
We take power naps, man. You sleep with one eye closed and you keep one eye open. And that's the biggest thing, man. You are absolutely right. And it's a jungle out there. And again, it comes down to your hustle and your sacrifice. Carlos, I know you missed a lot of birthdays, man. I missed them. I missed them too, bro. But now I don't miss any, right? You missed a lot of the ceremonies when you were starting out in this business. A lot of people are probably listen, if you're on this live right now, right? If you're on this live and you're thinking, how do I, you know, can I even be successful? There's so many guys at the top doing, listen, there's an abundance at the top, man. That's all it is. There's guys doing the business, right? There's an abundance at the top. You just got to be willing to put in the work and sacrifice.
Bro,
I miss the birthday parties. I miss the date nights, right? Right. My first ever date with my wife. I've been married for almost 11 years now, Carlos. She's been through thick and thin with me. We got two beautiful boys. I came from somebody said the car industry is low as my business, but it's giving me time needed for my wholesale journey. Bro, I came from the car business. I was 11 years in the car business. I was a car sales guy. Started out in sales, became a sales manager. I thought that was the life. I had to risk everything. Carlos, I risk insurance for my family. Insurance. You're talking about a blanket? I had Blue Cross Blue Shield.
401ks. Yeah,
I had
401k, retirement
401k.
plan, IRAs. Yeah.
I had a retirement plan. Yes, I had all this stuff that was a blanket. But guess what? At the end of the day, I didn't want to build someone else's dream, right? And the saying is true. Hire people to build your dream. Otherwise, somebody will hire you to build theirs, right? And there's nothing wrong with having people help you build your dream as long as you're helping them build theirs. Because not everybody wants to be a CEO. Not everybody's going to want to be a Ron Rana or Carlos Reyes or Sal Shakir or Alex. Not everybody wants it. No. People just want to put food on the plate. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what you call an intrapreneur. Somebody who can grow within an organization, an intrapreneur. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I was an intrapreneur for over 14 years, and then I hit the ceiling, and then I said, okay, well, I stopped growing, so I think it's time to do something else. And I'm sure you felt that way at some point too.
I did. I was sick to my stomach from the car business, not because I was making someone else money, but I didn't have the time to spend for my family. Money was not a motivator for me when I left the car business, because I thought, right? You know what you know. I thought making $130,000 a year was a lot of money. Yeah. As a car,
but when you start making that a month, about 70 to 80 hours a week, right?
I'm working 80 hours a week. I'm literally grinding the payment from sun up to sundown. That's what you call grind in a 3-piece suit, trying to take an up from a 300 beacon score who's going to tell you what their car payment is. That was my life. That literally was my life. And I had enough.
I'll tell you this. You're absolutely right. There is so much room in this industry. There's so much room in the industry that I'm willing to write a freaking book and sell it for $4.97 just to get you going. If I didn't believe that there was room, I would not set you up for failure, right? And I'll tell you what, if you're really about that life, being an entrepreneur, then you better start thinking of your schedule as, hey, what's your schedule, Ron? Oh, my schedule is very simple, from eyes open to eyes closed.
Absolutely.
What time is it in Texas right now? 11?
It 10? Is 11 p.m. 11 p.m.
There you go. And you're still out here grinding. This is considered work, believe it or not.
That's it. Like I said, man, we're cutting checks. I was busy doing. I saw you come live. I was like, I got to get on live with my boy. Like, I want to, bless some people. And I saw your book. I was like, man, I got to. Like, I've been wanting to, because I've been so busy with our other stuff too. But if you guys are just tuning in, earlier on in the video, I committed to buy 20 books of Carlos Reyes, Sal Shakir, and Alex Saez, the best wholesaling book ever. Love it. I love it. Right, and we're gonna bless 20 people on this live, right? Because there's a lot of people who are missing this. Listen, there should be 3,000 people on this live right now. There's 31 people, and only 20 people are gonna get this book, right? You 31 people did not accept mediocrity. You came on this live seeing what Carlos had to say, right? You came on here to get words of wisdom, to get motivated, right? Your biggest enemy, remember, your biggest enemy will be the man in the mirror. Either you're a woman or a man. You get yourself out of the way, and that was one of my biggest challenges, right? I'm a part of a lot of masterminds, and that's one other thing I'm going to touch base on. Invest in yourself. Carlos is giving away a book for $4.97. I have sat down with likes of Dean Graziosi, right? I was in masterminds with guys like Cody Sperber, right? All these guys, like Dean has signed, he's literally signed my book. These are all books that I read. I mean, come on, guys. Like, we don't just talk the talk. We're walking the walk. High performance habits. Come on, guys. Like, what the hell are you even doing?
Leaders are readers. Leaders are readers.
Feel it here and do it anyways. You gotta be reading, guys, and you gotta grow yourself, and you have to invest in your education. A lot of people say, "Man, his seminar is too expensive." No, you know what? Your dream is too cheap. That's all it is.
I like that. And you know what's crazy? I love that. And I'll tell you what. Oh, his seminar's too expensive. Oh, well, what if a seminar enables me and gives me a blueprint to make $1 million this year? Is it still too expensive? You see, people cannot see farther than what's in front of them, right? And you have to understand that business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And I'm less than 5 years in, and I'll tell you what, I'm excited for what the future holds, man.
Absolutely, man. You guys are closing. Somebody said your dream is too cheap. That is it, man.
I love that.
I literally just blew it out of my mouth. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. So, and that's the truth, man. Why do you think stuff comes out of our mouth? Is because we're reading, right? We're thinking. My brain is constantly thinking and thinking and thinking. And I wouldn't imagine doing anything else, bro.
Look at this.
Anything else.
Demetrio says, I'm reading the book right now as I lay. Brother, we've already sold over 1,500 copies of this.
1,520 and 40.
Oh, 15.
Someone else matched me.
40. Unbelievable. You know, praise be to God, man. So I know you and me got a lot of catching up. This is what I'm gonna do, brother. I'm gonna get my massage because my boy's here and he has his family to go to. But I'll tell you this, you and me have a lot of catching up to do.
We do. Before I go, I'm gonna show you guys what's real. All right. Last August, I closed a $2.7 million deal. This is the HUD from it. This is the HUD from it was 2.6, but we ended at looks like 2.76,525,000. I don't know if you guys can read that. All right. From one deal, we made an over 6-figure assignment fee. This is what your brain can do, guys. This is what you need to do. Let's go, guys. Now, people want to see the HUDs. Enough of the talk. Let's see the HUDs, man. That is it, guys. That's it. That's what's possible. You can close multi-million-dollar deals.
Anything is possible.
You can do it. Anything is possible. I never thought ever I would be able to do something. And that was an apartment complex, 120 unit plus apartment deal. And actually what I did was because this is my layout for my podcast. Like Dr. Dre said, I got a wall full of plaques. So we printed out all these HUDs, and I'm putting up these HUDs on the background.
Sick.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Is your dream cheap? Listen, Carlos does a seminar, right? I'm not endorsed by All In. I have never bought their course. I've never been to their event. Carlos, can you attest to that?
Absolutely.
I've never, right? Listen. But I can tell you this much. I know they bring the value. I know they do because I have invested over 6 figures in my education and it has paid off. Listen, if you're thinking about going to the next Momentum event, that is the event that you want to go to.
Thank you.
No bullshit, no clout. Like their event is the event. They have built many 6-figure businesses, guys, and they can show you how to do it.
7-figure businesses. You got the Terry Thayers out there. You got Terry Thayer. You got David Coyle. You got the Austin Rutherfords. You got obviously Donnie Ruffin out there. He's been to our event twice. Bro,
don't tell anyone this, but I wish I would have started with you guys.
Thank you, brother. Well, you would have saved yourself a lot of money and time.
You would have actually had another 7-figure business right here. So I would have been a +1.
You know what's crazy, bro? The only reason why we were able to we've only thrown, we throw that event twice a year, right? And the only reason why we're able to give out that blueprint and information is because we've spent the money and did trial and error. We know what works. We know what doesn't work. You know what I mean? You
invested the money. You invested all that money into. It's the cost of doing business, man. I lost a lot of money in this business too, bro. I call it the cost of doing business. But hey, you go and get your freaking massage, man. It's 11 o'clock my time. It's probably later your time. But go do your thing, bro. We got a lot of catching up to do. I hope everyone's asking when's Momentum now. There you go, baby. There you go. Hopefully Carlos invites me to come speak because he's my boy. He loves me. I love to share some gems with you guys. But Carlos, I want you on the Real Estate Anarchy podcast also. People need to hear your story, right? You get on a lot of podcasts. I get it. Right, but I want to tell people your sacrifices. We're not going to talk about the Wraith, and don't come to me with all those stuff. I don't want to hear about the buildings. I want to hear about the Carlos Reyes who was not able to afford his wife a certain diamond ring, who was able to do that. Right? We only interview true people, and one thing I told myself is I'm not going to interview the clouts in this business. There's a lot of clout out there. There's a lot of gurus out there. Yeah, yes, it happens, right? They get interviewed on podcasts and they sit on a high horse. But no, I wanted to bring something more better to the real estate community. And that's bro, this is your official invite in front of all your guests. I would love to have you,
brother,
on the show.
How can I not support you if you just supported me?
That's love. That's love, baby. That is true love. Thank you.
How can I say no to
Absolutely, guys.
how can I say no to someone who literally just said, "I'll buy 20 of your books"?
Don't make me go to 40. I would tell someone to match me at 40 now.
Brother, I
need a write-off, bro. This is a business write-off. I need to write it off.
Brother, I'm there. Let's set it up, and I'm there.
Perfect. Enjoy, bro. Thank you guys for tuning. Man, well, dude, I'm acting like this is my podcast. No. So, but I'm glad everyone kind of tuned in. I hope you guys got nuggets out of it. Los, thank you for having me on the live, man. We got to go on IG too and spread the love to people.
Keep this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this live up so people, because the group is catching some traction. We'll, God willing, I'm gonna tell Ephraim to push it, and we're like around 11,000 something, real people in here, right? So I'm gonna tell Ephraim to push this thing, maybe run some ads, and I want to get this group really going, So and that's why I'm doing a little more of these in this group, is so people understand that there's a lot of value in this group. So I appreciate you, I appreciate your time, and most importantly, brother, I appreciate your support, and I'll be there when my number's called.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, bro. I'm going to go online, make sure I buy the books. If you guys want to book, once again, if you want to book, make sure you guys DM me, right? And I'll make sure my staff gets these out to you guys. I will pay for the shipping and handling for you guys. We'll make sure that nothing is accounted to you guys. Of course, we'll make sure that we pay for the shipping. Once we receive the books, I'll take a picture of it. We'll put it all out, right? We'll show we're walking the walk. It is what it is, guys. So if you want a free book of Carlos's, his wholesaling new book just came out. I can't believe he put it for $4, bro. That's crazy.
The best wholesaling book ever.
That's it. The best wholesaling book ever. Take that, Todd Flemings. Oh!
All right,
I love
brother.
these guys.
Much love, man.
Thank you.